Okay, we can probably kill it, but... Oh my god! It was right next to the thing and now it's gone. Let's actually butcher the corpse so that we don't have to worry about that being resummoned by anyone. Doesn't matter if we fail or succeed in butchering it. It matters more for other enemies that we can actually eat. And if we do get our butchering level up a level high enough, we can eat them. Eat zombies. But I don't think we're going to want to eat zombies. So, let's see. Where do we want to go? Now we actually have access to the sewer again. We can set up a real good base right here. All we need to do, in order to thrive forever in this game, I've devised a plan for this. All we need to do is go this short distance from our house to the subway station and fight lots of chubby guys. Each chubby guy we kill gives us lots of meat, and they also tend to not hurt us. If we eat the meat and we drink the sewer water, then we don't have to worry about those two. When we can return home full, go to sleep, and recover all the hit points we lost. We don't have to worry about pharmacies running out of healing equipment. Then we can start the process all over again, increasing our melee over time to whatever the maximum natural thing is that you can possibly get it to. Melee, dodge, all of it. Of course, that would get fairly boring, but it can be done. Hold on a second, I'm having like a hiccup thing or something. Point of the matter is, you can probably actually get more things as you go along and slowly build up a supply of meat, although I think the meat would eventually rot, so I need to get a hot plate or something. We ran into several hot plates, but I never explained them because I don't want to explain them because that would take effort. No, I don't want to explain hot plates because I never use them, so I don't actually know how to explain them. Hot plates are apparently used in quote-unquote crafting food. In other words, cooking. You use a hot plate, use up some of its charges, to make one meal into a tastier meal. And you see, we've been eating not-so-tasty meals, so we're not suffering from it. So I'm going to make us suffer from it. I'm not going to make us suffer from it because I'm not going to risk choking. That would be a really dumb way to die in a zombie apocalypse. Rick died of choking during a zombie apocalypse. May he not live in peace. May he rest in peace. That would be kind of odd for a dead guy to... Oh yeah, I'd be a zombie. Of course I would unlive in peace. I would unlive in... probably not peace, but... Enough rambling. Point is... I've already said point is. I need to stop saying that. We could do that. Get a stockpile of food. And, not have to worry about things. Of course, that wouldn't advance the plot. There is a whole plot! Why do you think there's a slime pit down here? Or... No, that was another dimension where there's a slime pit down there. This is a dimension without a slime pit. It has bees. But there's a reason it has bees. It also has slime creatures. And there's a reason why it has slime creatures. And other things. There are also various things you could take advantage of. Various areas that allow you to do various thingamajigs. And that have different mixes of things that are already in the game. I could try to show that all to you. I'd probably die though because this is a very difficult game. I've shown an easier part of the game. Generally, what happens in the game though is eventually you get yourself, or I get myself, in a bad situation where I get hit a lot and I end up having to go to my base and sleep because the best way to get rid of pain is to sleep every single day for the next month. That's what I do because pain doesn't go away any other way. That or drugs. And drugs don't seem to work for my guys. I could try the heavier drugs, but I usually have addictive personality on. I don't have it on right now. I have Savant instead. But who cares about that? If you do go to sleep or do anything else to pass the time, your pain level will slowly go down. Meaning that you won't have to go at 13% of your normal speed. Even if you get into a terrible situation. And even if I do get tons of first aid kits and get my guy to full HP, he's going to be in incredible pain. It's kind of annoying. Very annoying. But it does make it more obvious to how to figure out, to get that exploit anyways, to get into the basement right over here in our little home and rest there and get some food in the safest possible place, get some experience. But at the very least, if you gather lots of food and you bring it there and it doesn't rot, you can make yourself able to heal yourself in a really dire situation. Like you're really slow and you just barely make it. You can rest. You get hungry and thirsty. You eat. You go into the sewer to drink, or maybe you have bottles of sewer water already because sewer water is infinite. You're always going to be able to get more sewer water. Then you don't really have to die at that point. You don't have to starve to death. You already prepared everything for yourself. And there are places where you're going to get hit very hard. A lot. They are very annoying. But I'm sure there's a way to deal with them. One of them probably being using a ranged weapon instead of a melee weapon. That's right. There are actual enemies in this game that melee just doesn't work against. I mean, this character is in fact flawed. Very flawed, in fact. If we could run into a particular item called a purifier, we may actually, though, be able to remove some of the flaws of this guy. Savant is probably the worst of the flaws in terms of if I want to be a ranged guy, because I need to practice ranged stuff. I also probably wanted to become less illiterate. I don't know if purifiers can remove that, though. I know the one thing I know purifiers can remove is bad back, because I accidentally drank a purifier when I had bad back, and it got rid of bad back. I don't know if purifiers can also get rid of quick and pain resistant. All I know is that purifiers can get rid of some traits, maybe, if not all. Traits. These are traits. So if I drink the purifier, I can get rid of these bad stats. While it's still retaining the good stats that I was able to get with those all giant point things. I could have gotten things that allowed me to invest fewer points, but I got the things that really allowed me to invest the most points. I could have chosen asthma, but I don't want to deal with that. I have never tried it. Probably it's not so difficult, but this is a really long exposition. Who cares? That's the answer. Mutagens are like the opposite of purifiers. They add traits. Or sometimes they bring your strength or dexterity up or down. Most of the time down. Unless you have robust genetics. As I said, they can also do tons of other really nice things, like give you the Fangs trait. Fangs is here, or the Quills trait, which is a very powerful ability, but it's very hard to get. It actually is a two-stage ability. It's the second stage of a two-stage ability. I've tried it, and I couldn't find a third stage, so there's probably not a third stage to Quills. That would just make it an amazingly deadly thing. But, whatever. If we do manage to explore around, go to places that generally have purifiers, which can include basements and secret labs, spoiler, then we can get those purifiers, get rid of our bad things, give ourselves the ranged abilities, and various other abilities that we can read on about. There are actually some common abilities you can read on besides range, like really melee attacks that you can learn and get better at. You can get all the way to level 4 or something very easily with some things. I don't know if level 4, you can get really high on. You can get some really high levels though if you go to a library and you just read all the books, or you read some of the books, or you take some books and bring it to your basement and read it there. Of course, you need a flashlight in order to read it there. That's one good realistic thing that the maker of this game added. You can't read unless you either have a flashlight or are outside. Or if the outside is particularly cloudy, you both have a flashlight and are outside. Or inside. That works too. Yeah, there's a lot of weather. I didn't show off any of the various weather things like the acid rain or the the cloudiness that lets you not be able to see anything. Those are interesting, actually. And those are also very deadly. The acid rain especially is deadly, and is the main reason why I like to travel in the subway area. Because acid rain does not kill you there. Because it doesn't get there. It doesn't even go into the sewer area. Maybe it would be interesting if acid rain would affect the sewers, kind of making them acidic for a short period of time. Not too short, but a little bit after the acid rain. That would be an interesting thing. You can swim through it. But who cares about realism? Just noticed something weird, but it doesn't matter. Something that had nothing to do with the game. What was I talking about? I was talking about acid. There is no LSD in this game. That's a problem. No, that's not what I was going to say. Actually, there are magic mushrooms you can eat that will make you hallucinate. There are also regular mushrooms, and there's probably a third kind of mushroom that makes you super strong. But I've never eaten a mushroom ever since I had the magic mushroom that makes you hallucinate, so I wouldn't know. The one that makes you hallucinate is apparently an incredibly deadly thing, considering it makes you kill your mother, or something crazy like that. Even if you don't kill her, you kill her. This is so much of a... This is going to be a video in of itself of me talking about nothing. I could be playing through that, but to be honest, it's really annoying to do. I don't really want to do it. I might add that. That's really why this is a exposition thing. Intelligence we have 0. But oh well. Oh. I've been caught in the acid rain without any shelter around myself. I didn't have a house or anything to go into, and trees can't offer any protection, obviously. Not even minimal protection. So, I almost died. I actually survived that time, the one time I'm thinking of, when I actually did get caught. Really far away from town. Luckily, the acid rain slowed down a bit, and I was able to go to a pharmacy. And then, of course, I died later due to other things. After actually going back to full HP, miraculously. But, yeah, you want to be traveling in the sewers if you're going to be traveling between towns, especially if they're very far away, because then you don't have to worry about the acid, and you don't have to worry about zombies. If you do for some reason want to travel on the world map, the actual world map, and not the subway, probably because of situations where you actually need to walk on the world map and the subway doesn't work for you, I would advise you staying on the road, because there's a certain very quick, very annoying, very deadly enemy that has a special ability that makes him even more annoying. Even though he's already annoying, he splits into 2, if memory serves me right. If you kill him, the 2 are weaker than the original, and will not split into 2 after you kill them. But he's this stupid little worm guy. So of course, all worms split in 2 when you kill them. Every single time. It's not as sometimes, it's every time. These giant worm things will be digging around the ground and try to kill you. But if you're on the road, they can't dig through the road, so they're just going to be menacing you from a distance while you laugh at them and do other inappropriate things at them. But that is your own business, what you do to giant worms. This is, I've already said, been long enough. I probably have a video already of me saying that I have a video already of doing this. That makes a really weird thing. But I should really stop. So, I'm going to stop right now, and you are going to stop playing on the computer, stop watching videos, and you are going to go outside and play sports, or study geometry, or whatever you kids do now these days when you're responsible. Bye. Seriously, bye.